I'm Ashley Packard. I'm a mortgage agent with Dominion Lending Centers, and in this video, I'm gonna keep it real and I'm gonna tell you how to get a mortgage and purchase a home. All right, step one, step away from realtor.ca. Okay, I'm sick and tired of being the bad cop and breaking people's hearts. First, where you need to start is just reaching out to me. I got Facebook, Instagram, I got TikTok, I have an email. You can text me, I've got WhatsApp. However way you want to reach out to me, just yell at me on the street if you see me walking by. I do have RBF, so I apologize. I am approachable. Reach out to me. Because step one is getting a pre-approval. And how do you do that? All you need to do is book an appointment with me. I'm going to ask you several different questions so that I can create a tailored list of documents that I'm going to need from you. Once I get that list of documents, I take it from there, and then we sit down and we look at a bunch of numbers. And I show you my math. Once you're done with the pre-approval and you know what your budget is and you know what your purchase price is gonna look like, then you can go ahead and set up a meeting with a real estate agent and tell them all your hopes and dreams for your new home. If you don't have a real estate agent, I know some pretty badass people that get done. So just ask me and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. Even though you've done a pre-approval, it's important to note that if you and your real estate agent do find the home of your dreams, you should always be putting a condition for finance in your offer to purchase, and give me about 5 to 10 business days to make sure that you can go from a pre-approval to at least a conditional approval, if not a full approval. So more simply put, it's basically saying, hi seller, I'm interested in buying your home with the condition that you give me a cool week or so to make sure that I can get a full approval to get the money that I need to purchase your home. They like me, I did a pre-approval, but they need to make sure that they also like your house as well. Not treat yourself, okay? That's not for this transaction. Protect yourself. Because if you go in firm and anything goes wrong and you can no longer get that full approval for the mortgage, they could seek legal action against you. Okay, and like worst case scenario, that means that you could be fined, you could have to be in a position where you claim bankruptcy and you didn't get a home. So the chances of it could be 0.1% chance of that happening, but I personally wouldn't sign up for that chance. Now let's kind of rewind. Let's talk a little bit about a conditional approval. So I did mention that. So let's say, put in an offer to purchase with a condition for finance. Give me about 5 business days or so to make sure I can get a full approval. Now behind the scenes, the lender or the bank could be telling me, yes, these clients are approved conditionally upon them showing me that they have an updated pay stub. Condition upon them showing that they've paid off this Visa balance so that the ratios for affordability are then within line. Condition upon them presenting a gift letter because their down payment source is coming as a gift from their parent, immediate family member. So there's various different conditions that may be put in a commitment from the bank or lender. You don't necessarily have to share all that information with the seller. Obviously, that's your personal and confidential information. If you know, yep, nothing's changed with the last pay stub that I gave you versus this one, they just want an updated one to prove your income, or yep, my parent can definitely sign that gift letter, then you can move forward with just a conditional approval and firm up on your offer to purchase. If you would rather just cross all T's, dot all I's, and make sure that all the conditions are met and you have a final approval and the appraisal is completed and they like the value of the home, they like the property, then you can go ahead and say, yep, I'm good. Let's make an amendment to the purchase and sale agreement and firm up on this offer. In this stage, they also collect what's called a deposit, which is just a small portion of your total down payment, just to show it's a more attractive offer and that you're very serious about purchasing their home. Now, after this stage, we're basically playing the waiting game. And during the waiting game, I could be looking for a lower interest rate from another lender, still having your final approval secure and ready to go. But I have the ability to shop around and show that official commitment letter to other lenders to say, do you want to beat it, match it, just to make sure that you are truly getting the best interest rate possible? Now, some banks and lenders, they actually already have that type of system built in. So for example, you may have locked in with a certain interest rate and obtained a final commitment, a final approval letter. But as you're waiting from then to the closing dates, rates could be going down. And some of them just allow an unlimited amount of rate decreases to ensure that you do get the best interest rate. They want to make sure that they're the ones that fund the mortgage for you. Now, aside from this, the next step of the process is the mortgage instructions getting sent over to your lawyer. You will meet with your lawyer hopefully around 10 business days prior to closing to then come up with the remainder of the down payment, any closing costs, and of course, legal fees. And during that meeting, your lawyer is also going to go over the terms and conditions of the mortgage loan and how the lien registration will be set up on the property, as well as give you some expectations of how you're going to receive the keys and what the possession date will look like. All right, now you made it to, well, this day has many different names for it: funding day, closing day, possession date, whatever you want to call it. This is the day that you finally become the homeowner of the new property. Now, you don't necessarily have to memorize this part of the process, but just to enlighten you, what happens is the lender or the bank sends the money over to your lawyer. Your lawyer then sends it over to the seller's lawyer, again, paper trail. Then as soon as the seller's lawyer receives that money, that's when the key is going to be passed over. So as you can imagine, with so many hands in the pot, it's best to not expect the keys to get passed over to you first thing in the morning on closing day. And that's pretty much it. You made it. You made it through the whole video. So if you have any questions around specific income types, down payment, anything pertaining to getting a mortgage, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any and all questions.